Welcome back to Butler County, and we are going to check out the southern section of Butler County, and we're in an unusual place called Jurassic Art. What a great place to start the final, episode of the trilogy of Butler County. It's been an awesome first two videos exploring the northern and central section, and we're here in Rose Hill, Kansas. That's where we're starting, just a little bit southeast of Wichita, so not too far from where I live. And then we're gonna work our way east to the edge of the county. There's probably more population in this part of Butler County than in the first part, way up in the northern, but not as much as in the middle. The last part that we did with El Dorado and Augusta and Andover, those are all bigger cities / towns, and Rose Hill here is probably the biggest place we're going to see today, about 4,000 people. So we'll start here. I'll kind of cruise through a couple things in Rose Hill, then we'll get on the road heading east. As I was walking around Jurassic Art, the owner came out. We had a good conversation. He said he started this in 1999, just a hobby, and it's grown to this. They have a stage where they have concerts and get-togethers, and so yeah, pretty awesome deal. He's trying to expand it and add more stuff all the time, so definitely come check out Jurassic Art in Rose Hill. Rose Hill was named by J.H. Lowry in 1869 after his hometown of Rose Hill, New York. At the time, the government provided incentives for railroad workers and farmers to settle the land out west, and Lowry was one of those people. The town began to grow with crops for farmers, a railroad, and new businesses in the downtown area. Post office opened in 1874. Telephone system came in 1905, the high school in 1909, and they got electricity in 1927. Population figures from those early days aren't available, but as you can see, in 1980 they had a big increase in population. Being in the western part of the county, it's not too far from Wichita, so people could definitely live here and commute on over to Wichita. In the second part of our Butler County series, I missed a town at Haverhill, so I had to drive back up through Augusta. Good excuse to go through the downtown and see the red bricks, but this is Haverhill. It had a post office from 1880 to 1933 and was a station and shipping point on the St. Louis-San Francisco Railroad, the Frisco. There's not too much back here, but a couple old buildings, and there is a population, small population, and they have the Stone Hill Barn. As we cruise into our next little community, this is Bois,
And that old bridge right there is a historic bridge put on the National Register of Historic Places in 2003. This truss bridge has 2 spans. You can see this first span right here is about 75 feet, and then the next one is 102 feet, so 177 feet across the bridge. The town's name is for a common tree in the area, the Osage orange tree, and the post office was established in 1892, closed in 1904. As we walk over to the end of the bridge and onto where the private property is there, that's the old post office. I'm sure it was used as a general store or something else, but that's where the post office was. The town was changed to Boder, B-O-D-E-R, at one point, and then back to Bodark, B-O-D-A-R-C. And I've seen it spelled both ways, without the apostrophe, or one word and 2 words. So either way, really cool place to visit. This is Douglas, Kansas, and another town with some red brick in the downtown. Actually, there's quite a bit of red brick around Douglas. This area was settled in the late 1860s. Post office was opened in 1868. It was named for its founder, Joseph Douglas, who was a store owner. He was fatally shot here in town while apprehending a suspected chicken thief. Douglas was incorporated in 1879, then in 1881. The Florence, El Dorado, and Walnut Valley Railroad Company built a branch line that extended to Douglas. That line was eventually abandoned in 1942. The population has been pretty steady. It peaked in the year 2000 with 1,800, dropped a little bit since then, but still solid with over 1,500 people in Douglas.
We just crossed over this bridge over Walnut River. I've never seen something like that before, to keep obviously a tall truck or maybe a heavy truck to go across it. Looks kind of like the bridge we saw earlier that was no longer in use. Man, this is awesome. It's not very high, I can touch it. Our next stop is Smileyberg. It's a pretty funny name, but there's a story behind it, and I know about it because of one of our viewers. And she told me to make sure I stop by here, and here's what she typed.
The transmission shop that is there now began as a blacksmith shop. A guy with the last name of Smiley and a guy with the last name of Berg named it. My grandparents even took their horse and buggy there. After being a blacksmith shop, it was an automotive shop with gas pumps. My husband and I bought the building years later, and he opened it as a transmission shop and has been running it for over 30 years. Our furthest eastern town in the county in this area is Latham. There was a post office in a community named Bodock, B-O-D-O-C-K, in 1883, but moved here in 1885 when the town was laid out. It was believed to have been named for Latham Young, a railroad official. Obviously, the railroad came through here. They had a pretty decent little town, over 300 people in those early days, even had a newspaper. And it is in a pretty remote part of Butler County now. The two main roads that go through the county, it's kind of right in the middle of those two roads, down some back roads and dirt roads. So it's certainly gotten smaller as it's become more remote, with obviously the railroad not coming through town anymore. Last population census, it's under 100 for the first time.
Well, we're finishing up Butler County. This is the end of the series. And a lot of times I like to try to figure out like maybe a cool place to finish up. But I thought, let's finish at this cemetery. This is called Bryant Cemetery. And it's kind of fitting to me. And as you walk in, the first headstone here on the ground, it says a person died in 1874. And that would have been a couple years into the existence of the town of Bryant. And they had a post office for about a dozen years. And so, you know, sometimes the only history that we have to kind of recognize some of these places are cemeteries. Butler County was sure an adventure. That's why I took 3 videos, because it's such a large county, the largest county in the state of Kansas, and one of the top 10 most populated counties in Kansas. So it took a while to get around it. There's still a little bit of it on the east we're gonna drive through at the end. I think maybe there's some like wind turbines and stuff out that way, but there's nothing left in terms of towns. There may have been some ghost towns or post offices. There was a lot of places we didn't find. Butler County had a lot of post offices that aren't on the map today, and I'm not sure where they are. So if you know anything about them, put a comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you know about some of these places or where they might be located. So it was an awesome trip. I really enjoyed Butler County, and I hope you did too. And thanks for watching, and next time I will see you down a back road. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of that video. And now that you're here, let me tell you a little bit about some of the extras that we have on the channel. One of the things you can do is you can become a member. There's 3 levels. There's the supporter level, there's the producer level, and the executive producer level. And all 3 levels have different perks, and as you are more supportive financially, there's more perks. You know, we have extra videos every week and a lot of fun stuff going on in the member section. If you haven't done so, make sure you check out travelwithawiseguy.com. We've got lots of extra stuff on there, and one of the things is merchandise. You can get you Travel with a Wise Guy t-shirt. We have Death Go Round t-shirts. We have some coffee mugs, different things that are a lot of fun, and people seem to have enjoyed. Good quality there. Also on the website, you can do things like check out the Google map. I have a pin dropped in every place I've done videos about, then a link to the video so you can look at the map, and maybe there's somewhere where you live or somewhere you want to go. You can check out that map, and it seemed to be a very popular thing. You can sign up for my newsletter. I do that about every 3 weeks. It's totally free. And there's also all kinds of other links and tidbits in there, old videos, podcasts, just everything I could think of I throw on the website. So make sure you check out travelwithawiseguy.com. Thank you for everyone who has been supportive of this channel, and thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. And now for the reason you're probably here, the outtakes. Get the Jurassic dog from the Jurassic Art shop. You hopped right in here. Oh, there you go. Nice. In Latham, we got this really cool old school, the basketball court. Bunch of playground equipment. It's really fitting because this is the end of our day. And the last town we find one. Spins pretty good. Little wear and tear there. Pretty good though, but with the whole setting, all the old playground equipment, the school, this is awesome little town. We're gonna give that, let's give it an 8. Thought I saw something back here.